Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. If you guys have any of the following three vehicles, guys, we're talking about Chrysler 200, Fiat 500, guys, and Dodge Ram Promaster with a 2.4 Multiair engine, guys, and you're trying to find where your oil pump is located or how to remove and replace the oil pump, stay with us, guys, and we'll cover everything from start to finish, how to get to the oil pump, how to remove it in case you need to replace it. Now, you do not need to remove your engine out of the car. We got it out, guys, because we have more than 100 videos on that engine alone, and we want to show with the great detail how to fix pretty much anything on it, guys. So we do all that, guys, to save you as much money as we can. So please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Let's go ahead, start on the oil pump, and show you guys what needs to be done to get to that thing and how to replace it now. So when you open the hood of your car, you're going to face this way. You need to remove your engine cover. In order to remove the engine cover, guys, you just pull it straight out. Okay, it attaches to these four places on the valve cover. Here you will have your air filter box. You need to get that clamp loose so you can pull the hose back, and this will be a vacuum hose attached to the air filter hose box, that you need to remove. After that, you need a clip removal too, guys, and right here you will have one clip that you need to remove. It will be just like that clip here, guys, but this is broken. Next, 10mm socket, guys, and we're going to go ahead, okay, and remove that bolt. Perfect. After that, guys, what needs to be done? You will need to disconnect the sensor for the intake temperature sensor, and then you have one hose clamp, okay, for the okay, let me focus there quick. This is for the throttle body. Get that one loose, guys, and after that, go ahead and pull it out. Perfect. You can see it came out just like that. Now, what else we need to do? We need to start, guys, with wiring harness, disconnecting wiring harness and all that stuff. So that will take quite a bit of work now. We're going to start now, guys. Okay, here we have a few clips. Okay, so if you grab it with, okay, underneath a little bit, okay, pull, you can get those clips out. Somebody broke them. Okay, here it's supposed to be another one. It's broken. Here we're supposed to have two and one there. One is already broke, two are broken, one is good. Somebody didn't take care of it, guys. We need to disconnect ignition coils. How you do that? You pull that piece back. Okay, it's supposed to be back, okay, closed like that. Grab it, pull it like that, push down. Okay, let's do this one so I can show a little bit better. Now push down here and pull it out. We do that to all four ignition coils. Here, guys, you have the camshaft position sensor. Press down, pull it out as well, and disconnect it from, okay, from that coolant pipe right here. This is the PCV valve hose. Pull it out. Perfect. Next, guys, what do we need to do? That wiring harness is loose on this side, as you can see. We need to start, guys, okay, removing here ignition coils. 10mm socket, and we can start on that now. Perfect. Grab each one of them, pull them straight out. Okay, great. Now, what else, guys, we need to do? We need to, guys, okay, start right here, that coolant pipe. We'll need to remove that one. So here you will need to unscrew that post for the valve, for the engine cover, excuse me. Just grab it and unscrew it like that. After that, 10mm nut. Remove that one. And you can just pull that one gently, careful not to break it there, okay? Gently pull it up. Perfect. Okay, and we'll leave it on the side. Now, let's see what else we have. Right here, wiring harness goes on top of this bolt, pull it out, and from that point on, I think all we will need is 8mm deep socket, guys, and we'll start removing bolts. We'll show you where every bolt is located now, so you can remove the valve cover. Let's start on it now. 1, 2, 3, Now we start on this side, 4 guys, 5 bolts, 6 here, 7, 8, okay, there we have 9 in the corner, 10, 11, 12, right behind the spark plugs, 13, 14 guys. Here, one more underneath that wiring harness. 15 bolts on the outside, 4 on the inside now. So altogether we have 19 bolts. Now that valve cover may be stuck, so you may just gently pry it here with a screwdriver. If it doesn't come out guys, after prying it a little bit, probably some bolt is still holding, make sure. Because here you have a little bit of silicone, even though it's a gasket where the timing cover meets with the cylinder head. You have a little bit of silicone and you have a little bit of silicone towards the last cap right before the vacuum pump. Grab it guys and pull it out. Okay, you can see it just like that. It came out. So we can pre-loosen this now. These 3 bolts for the pulley. Water pump pulley, so just get them loose. Don't remove them. We do that while the belt is holding, that way the pulley will not be spinning. Now we can go ahead and remove the belt, 16mm socket. We go counterclockwise and we can go ahead and remove the belt out. Okay, just like that. Okay, it came out. So with the wrench guys or breaker bar, it's almost impossible to get that bolt loose. Okay, we're going to bring it to TDC point. Okay, so now the crankshaft pulley bolt, it's impossible to take it with the breaker bar unless you guys damage something. So what we use guys, our setup here, DeWalt air compressor. You can find the links in the description of the video below. Very little compressor, only 6 gallons, but it goes all the way to 165 psi. This is amazing. And Ingersoll Rand guys, impact, very powerful impact. And we'll go ahead and remove it with a 22mm socket now. Okay, perfect. You can see, and it came out. Now we can go ahead and remove the pulley guys all the way. Okay, just like that. So what do we need to do next guys? We need to start removing, okay, the water pump pulley, okay, all the way out. You can see it comes out super easy. Next we need to remove the idle pulley here and the tensioner pulley. There is one difference: the idle pulley is regular thread, the tensioner pulley is reverse thread. So it's pretty tight. We'll use the ratchet. Okay, hasn't been removed for a while. Perfect, came out. Now the one on top, okay, it's a 16mm socket guys. This one is 16mm and it's a reverse threaded socket actually. Bolt, excuse me, socket. Bolt. Perfect. Okay, great. Now we need to start removing the bolts. We're going to change the battery quick on the impact, and you're going to see guys, all the bolts on the timing cover will need to be removed. We're going to start, okay, you can see you have this bolt, this here, here, you have a few underneath here, and you have to remove the actually the bracket for the AC compressor on the bottom, and we need to go all the way around. So make sure you stay until the end and we'll show you what needs to be done now. So we'll start with the 10mm bolts first. Now we have a few here. This is for the open. Now guys, we need to remove the bracket for the AC compressor, because underneath it there is a hidden bolt. One hidden bolt, and we'll explain where it's located. So we'll need to remove that bolt now right here. Okay, you can see the bottom bolt on the AC compressor, 13mm socket. We get it out. Now we have 3 bolts, I believe, okay, holding that bracket to the oil pan, and the engine block and the timing cover. So 12mm socket now. We move the engine a little bit, guys, so we can show you. Once we remove the bracket, I will be able to show you exactly where the bolts are. Okay, and we should have one more after that, in the corner here. So after this one, that bracket will come loose. Okay, let me show you where all the bolts are now. So you can see 1, 2, 3 bolts that we had to remove. Now 10mm socket, and we have that hidden bolt for the oil pan that we need to remove. Okay, and we got this one out. Next, we continue, guys, with the 13mm or 12mm. Next, we're going to switch to 13. Now we switch to 15mm, and we'll be almost ready, guys. We'll show you what sealant to use for the timing cover. It works really good. And it's way better looking than that red one. I just don't like the red one, I'm not a big fan of it. The one that we use, it's gray, it's max torque, really good quality. Now we have 2 guides, let me explain quick. Okay, right here you have a guide, right here it may be stuck. Now you have to be very gentle how you pry that thing, because if it's stuck, it can crack super easy, guys. We've broken a few in the past from not being careful, so be careful. Gently, start, okay. Prying on one side, switch on the other side a little bit, don't just go all of a sudden. So we're done with all the bolts. Now we'll be ready to remove the timing cover, but we want to make sure that we have the engine at TDC point, top dead center. Put your crankshaft pulley, guys. Okay, and this is the mark right here. This is the mark that needs to be brought and aligned with this mark here. So we're going to turn the engine clockwise in our case. Okay, always goes clockwise. Okay, until we reach, guys, that mark there. So we'll just turn it clockwise. You might need to put the bolt and turn it with a bolt if you can. If you remove your spark plugs, it will be way easier to turn, guys. Okay, check it out now. This is your TDC point right here with that mark. So now we're going to remove the pulley and we're going to remove the cover. Let me explain quick here. You have 2 metal guides, okay, that are holding. So if you pry way too much, that silicone gasket maker will be stuck really bad. If you pry too much on one side and it doesn't come out, you can crack that whole cover, guys. We've broken a couple in the past because we were not careful and we weren't our lesson. This is expensive cover too, so go ahead, pull it out, guys. Now we will explain, guys, okay, what to clean that with, what we used to, okay, to reseal it and all that stuff. As you know, Dodge used the red silicone gasket maker. We like the gray one. Okay, let me show you here. This is, guys, the gray one, ultra gray gasket maker, maximum torque. This is amazing, guys. We've been using it for the last probably 3 years, and we never had any problems with that thing. It's gray in color, so it's really nice and nice looking, not like sticking out red. And you get, guys, a scraper if you need to buy any of those tools, or the gasket maker. We'll have the link in the description of the video below. You need to clean your cover really good, timing cover. you will guys need to clean also the engine block here and the cylinder head when you're ready guys to reinstall everything. Just put shop towels or something so things don't fall in the oil pan. You don't want that stuff to go in the oil pan guys. And clean everything with rubbing alcohol when you're ready to put it together. So after we remove guys the timing cover, you just have to verify again that it's at TDC point, top dead center point. Okay, and we can actually go ahead guys and get to the camshaft right here, but on the back side we need to remove the vacuum pump first, brake pump guys. That will be the first thing that will need to come out. So we need to disconnect the hose. Okay, these two red things need to spread and push up, careful not to break it, grab and disconnect that vacuum line. Perfect. Now we have 3 bolts that we need to remove with 13mm socket. 1, 2 and 3 guys. Perfect. And this pump comes out. Okay, perfect, just like that, you can see. Great. Now what else guys we need to do here? As you can see, we need to start removing the timing chain now. Make sure you're at TDC point guys. We need to remove the tensioner first. We have the timing video and all that on the channel, how to install the timing chain correctly later with the timing marks and all that. We set the timing marks now so you can see some, get an idea, but one of them you cannot see, the oil pump and the balancing shaft. So 13mm socket now guys, and we're going to remove the tensioner arm out of the way. 10mm for the timing chain guide. Perfect, and we can get it out. Now, right here on top, this one is 15mm socket guys, we'll need to remove. Okay, impacts are good for those because it won't mess up your timing. Okay, and grab and pull the chain with the gear out. Okay, perfect, just like that. So in order to remove the oil pan now, okay, we're going to need 13mm socket, and we're going to remove, okay, that bolt right here, the bottom bolt for the AC compressor. You do not need to remove your compressor guys. Now 12mm socket, we have a few bolts. Okay, for that bracket there, 3 bolts that we need to remove. Okay, you can see all these 3 bolts, and once you do that now guys, we'll be ready to start on the oil pan. Okay, we have a few bolts under the bracket with 12mm. Okay, perfect. And now we're going to start with the 10mm socket guys, and we're going to go all the way around the oil pan now. So there is quite a few bolts guys. Once we remove all of them, I'm going to explain where each one of them is located. Towards your transmission side you have 4. On the back side of the engine we're going to have more as well. Okay, we're going to remove those in a second. Now let's do the front. Okay, we're on the back side of the engine guys, so there is quite a few bolts here to do. Okay, you can see this one's a little bit tight. I forgot to mention, guys, you need to drain your engine oil before you do that. If you do not drain your engine oil, you guys make a big mess everywhere, believe me. So usually that oil pan will be stuck really bad. Ours will not be because we broke the silicone noose earlier, but usually you have to like pry it on one side, careful not to damage it, it's metal. So if you damage the oil pan, if you bend it a little bit, like we did here, okay, check it out, you can just straighten that a little bit if you need to. Okay, you're going to grab it now and you're ready to pull that thing out. Okay, you can see it just like that. So now the oil pan, guys, when you're ready to put it together, you need to get a scraper. You need to clean all the old silicone from the engine block, the oil pan as well. Just scrape it, guys, scrape the engine block, make sure nothing goes inside. Okay, you can see all that silicone needs to be cleaned really good. And when you clean everything super good, clean it with rubbing alcohol, and then you'll be using that, guys, ultra gray gasket maker. This is amazing stuff. We've been using it for so long, we never had a problem with that stuff, guys. We have the link in the description of the video below. Now, next what we need to do, guys, okay, that cover right here, that needs to come out. Why? Okay, because we'll need to get the pulley, okay, the gear for the oil pump out. So, Torx, guys, 30, Torx 30 star looking bit. Okay, you can find the links again in the description of the video below, guys. We're going to remove 3 bolts. Okay, once we remove those 3 bolts, guys, we'll get there. Check it out now. So, what we need to do now, we need to remove the tensioner for the chain for the oil pump. Okay, this one, guys, will be a little bit stuck. Okay, it came out. It just spring-loaded. It's not a hydraulic tensioner, so it just spring-loaded tensioner, guys. Perfect. And now we're going to remove the tensioner arm and the guide as well for the timing chain. Perfect. Now 10mm socket, and we're going to remove the pulley on the bottom. That way we can take the chain off. Grab it. Okay, and don't forget later when you're putting it together to install that piece. And we can remove the whole chain now. Okay, we can continue with the next step. So now this is your oil pump right here. It's together, guys, with the balancing shaft. So we'll explain all that once we remove it. 4 bolts that we need to remove, and the old dipstick, pull it out as well, so it's not in the way. Now that thing will be extremely tight. Okay, don't let us fool you that we're using that little impact. We already pre-loosened ours because they're super tight bolts. Perfect. Grab it on the last one, you'll be super heavy, guys. And here we go. This is, guys, okay, ignore that shavings and stuff like that. As you know, that's a failed engine. But this is, guys, right here, your oil pump. Now, if you just need to remove the oil pump and the gears, okay, this is only with a 8mm socket. You have 6 bolts, you open and you replace the gear inside. But most of the times, used one, you just buy the whole assembly. Always, guys, inspect your screen here as well. So hopefully, guys, the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching. Putting it together is in reverse order. We took it apart. If you have any questions, guys, let us know. You do not take to us. You don't need to take that part here apart at all. Don't remove any of those bolts. Just these 6 bolts, and that will be all. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you guys next time.